Michael Farkas is a criminal defense attorney and former trial prosecutor. Now, let's take this point by point, if we may. The offence here is not paying the money. The offence is paying the money with intent to, if you will, subvert the election or influence the election, and then falsifying the business accounts. Is that right?
Right. It's creating, a cloud, a camouflage about what the real payment was for. That's the problem. Seeking a non-disclosure agreement and paying off people for their silence happens every day, right? We see it in all walks of life. But when you do it as part of a presidential campaign or any campaign, really, you start to get into questions of whether it violates campaign finance law. And after 4 weeks of testimony, and it's like we're all, including the jury, educated on now the intricacies of campaign finance law and why a presidential candidate, for example, would want to obscure these payments for that reason.
My understanding of this offence is that it has to be the secondary offence. It has to be this false, the payment has to have been made, and then what Michael Cohen is saying, and I then hid it as a business expense.
Right. So the payment has to be made. The business records have to be falsified in the first instance. If that was it, if that's where the case ended, this would be a misdemeanor. It wouldn't even be right. But to make it a felony on the New York state law, that, as you call it, the secondary offense has to be for a felonious purpose. Right here, that being to hide the electoral interference.
Now, Michael Cohen has been to prison. He is somebody who, in any other circumstance, could be regarded, my words, not yours, as a sort of disreputable witness per se. However, there is, and I've read your notes on this, there is so much other corroborating evidence that actually, I mean, whether, you've only got to believe that he made the payment.
Right. So what the DA has done in crafting the last 4 weeks of trial, which of course they've been crafting now for months, if not years, is to make Michael Cohen's testimony a foregone conclusion in the jury's mind before he ever gets on the stand, right? To create this web of corroboration so that everything that he says, by and large, they're expecting because they've heard it from so many other sources, witnesses, text messages, emails, social media posts, Donald Trump's own words in the many books he's written. It has all been for this moment, right? Because, listen, Richard, this is not the first time a prosecutor has put on a less than, let's say, likable witness whose credibility might be in doubt, right? Like the major violent criminal cases are built around rats, so to speak, who do terrible, awful things, right? But they're still put in front of the jury to explain what they did. And how is it that the prosecution asked them to believe him? By saying, you know what? You don't have to like this person. You don't have to think this person is an upstanding member of society. Just listen to what he says and see how he or she's is telling you what you already know from so many other sources.
So if you're the defense, and bearing in mind all that you've just said, and you've got Cohen testifying he made the payment, Trump said just do it at the last minute, just do it, because Cohen wanted to be repaid. You've got Weisberg saying, we'll gross it up. There's enough of a paper trail to show a payment was made. If you're the defense, even if you claim that Cohen's the biggest sleazebag that's ever walked into the court, how do you get over the weight of evidence against you?
Right. So what I would say, and I suspect you're going to hear whomever does the summation for the defense say, they're going to say that the DA's done a nice job of trying to pull the wool over your eyes into thinking that all of this is a foregone conclusion. But the only person on earth who actually says that Donald Trump knew about and directed and blessed not only the payment, but the scheme, right? Not just the payment, but the scheme to hide and obscure the purpose of the payment. The only person who actually says that he did that and knew that was Michael Cohen, and you cannot believe him. That's what I think they're going to do.
Now that's fascinating. He is the linchpin. So far from just being a bit of corroborating stuff. Now, any thoughts? Will we hear from Donald Trump in this?
Uh, I don't think so. I don't think that he needs to testify, especially if the examination of Michael Cohen goes the way I expect, because they're going to get in everything they need to make their arguments to the jury. And Michael Cohen's not the only one that they've tried to discredit. But he's the one. Not only do they need to discredit, but they also have to isolate in the jury's mind. Again, he's the only one saying the critical facts that you need to determine the case. They don't need to take the risk of calling Mr. Trump to the stand to make that point, assuming the cross-examination goes as I expect it will.
We'll talk about that when it happens. I'm grateful to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.